Winton Motor Raceway.
The Benalla Bullring.
The Rural Wrestle.
The Tussle Through the Titties.
Through the Titties? This is PG, Moff. Think of the children.
Winton's been called many things over the years, but one thing's for sure, there's always action.
Tight and twisty doesn't begin to describe this place. In fact, Dick Johnson once famously described it as like running a marathon around a clothesline. Always good for a line, our Dick.
The Winton track was designed and constructed back in 1961. It has remained the only circuit in the central Victorian region, servicing all types of motorsport, from top-level touring car racing to club racing, drifting, truck racing, even go-karts. For a small facility, it's one of the more versatile tracks in the country. In 1997, the track was extended to exactly 3Ks, and since its first touring car race back in '85, has held a round of the Premier category in every year but two.
Nissan has a great record at Winton. They won every round from 1989 to 1992, 4 in a row between George Vury, Jim Richards and Mark Scaife. In fact, Winton was very much the Gibson Motorsport and Nissan team's second home base. They did countless amounts of kilometres around there in testing when there weren't the restrictions like there are now in V8 Supercar racing. In fact, there was the Gibson Motorsport shed that was erected there. It was very much a second home for the factory Nissan team.
The Nissan Gibson team did thousands of miles of testing up there. Although I didn't do a lot of the testing at all, Mark Scaife did most of the testing. I had some great success there, and in the Nissans especially.
Jim Richards is actually the most winning driver in championship history at Winton. 2 wins for BMW and 2 wins for Nissan.
Looking for the checkered flag. Last corner comes up and he's done it. He's broken the Ford Sierra stranglehold. Richards takes it at Winton.
This year is the 30th anniversary of the first championship round at Winton in 1985. And you guessed who won? That's right, Gentleman Jim.
That's a circuit I have fond memories of. I had some great successes there, and it's close to home.
And don't forget, I took my first win there too. That was a pretty decent day.
It's our test track, but this year, for the first time, we only get to go and test there once. It could be an interesting weekend. There's lots of new parts that'll be on the car, and hopefully we've got a pretty good package on race day.
When I think of Winton, it makes me sweat. It's bloody hard work around that track.
When I think of Winton, obviously the first thing that springs to mind is my first career win in V8 Supercars, so clearly a great day for myself, but also the team at Nissan Motorsport.
For me, being from Mildura, I like going to Winton. It's a little bit more remote. There's always the smell of campfires in the morning from the crew over the other side of the track who have camped the night. It's a good scene for a race.
In a perfect world, you'd avoid the place like the plague. But you have to say that the promoters, they do their best. Whatever money they make out of the V8 meetings, they plough back into the circuit. The facilities aren't flash, but they're serviceable. And really, we should be taking racing out to the bush. Regional areas are very important, and it gives the country fans a chance to see the big city show. So, thumbs up.